In this video, we will be targeting Shovelnose Sturgeon diamonds. If this video helps you get your diamond, please remember to give it a like. Come back and leave a comment. Let me know you were successful. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Here is my latest catch green. First fish at 120. Lots of silvers. Here's a diamond and a gold. Another diamond. Finish with a gold at 142. That's 22 minutes. Two golds, two diamonds. Here is an example at the bridge by Bannock's Knock. First fish at 156. Here's a gold. And another. And a diamond. Followed by a gold. And another. Last fish at 223. That's 27 minutes. Four golds, one diamond. Let's take a quick look at the traits for the Shovelnose Sturgeon. It's a bottom lurker, so we may use a bottom rig, but that's not required because they are often in shallow areas. It's a hard fighter and a jumper. Keep your eyes open for a big one. If you see a jump, target it. And they are a night owl, but this trait doesn't work so great often in this game. And I'm going to show you an area where we can catch them during the day, even though night owl says more active at night. For the bait and lure preferences, don't forget the very first one, match blend to attract them. We're going to use Boile's Natural on bottom rig and eggs on float to avoid catfish. The maximum shovelnose sturgeon caught to date is 10.36 pounds. I am pulling them in pretty quick with 13-pound setups for the video. If you want better score and a tougher fight, I recommend going with an 8-pound setup. See here, I have a matching spinning reel and fluorocarbon. Any sinker will do. For the rod holders, we're going to use bottom fishing rigs with size 2. That is the diamond hook and Boile's Natural. The reason for that is if we try and go with a gold hook on the rod holders, we end up catching a whole lot of small catfish, and that's no fun. You see I have two identical setups. You don't have to match. It's fine for the rod holders. And then for in hand, we're going to go with a float. I stuck with 13, but again, go with 8 if you want a better fight. The waggler bobber to move less than the current. Size 6 silver hook. Now the hook chart does show this is bronze, but you'll see that I only get silver, and you will as well. So I think there's an error in the hook chart. And we're going to use eggs for bait. Once again, avoiding catfish. For bait feeding, we want match blend with our hand. And if you have it for the backup location, medium catapult is nice, but certainly not a requirement. I'm going to show you two different locations. That is the main outpost. Over here is the empty fork. What you want to do is grab a Jeep from there, drive it across the little bridge right here. You see where I have it parked right next to the blue bridge. And you see my Shovelnose Sturgeon diamond icon. This is our primary location. And then the backup location is over here. Once again, here is the main outpost. Just up the road, a little northeast, is Bannock's Knock. And you see my diamond marker here, just to the east of the bridge. To catch your diamond shovelnose sturgeon, I'm going to show two locations. At the Blue Bridge, start in the morning, and at Bannock's Knock Bridge, start in the evening. Time windows at the Blue Bridge, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., then restart at 6 a.m., and at Bannock's Knock Bridge, 6 p.m. to midnight. For the gear, you want 2 feeder bottom rig size 2 diamond hook With Boilies Natural, you'll be putting those in rod holders. And for your in hand, you're going to want one float with size 6 hook. That is silver with eggs. And don't forget match blend to attract the shovel nose. For our primary location, we want to use a morning start for optimum environmental conditions. You see, I'm at the Blue Bridge. Once again, just north of Empty Fork and across the lake from the primary outpost. I like to set up right about where this cut-in is, where that area goes back out. You see up there. We're going to grab one of your rod holders. That is the size 2 with boilies. Put it out that way. Watch for it to snap back. That can bug out. We're going to put one bait ball out there. One over here. Once again, that is match blend. Make sure you use the right one. If you use lake mix, you're going to end up with a bunch of bass instead of shovel nose. We're going to put this one, just quick cast. We want to be right by this edge. Now I'm going to grab my in hand with 6 eggs and put it out here in between them. I could have gotten them a little further away, but no big deal. Now, if you get a bite on the bottom rig, you know it's going to be a diamond shovel nose. So get excited if those start blinking. Wait for it to go all yellow, then you have 30 seconds to pick it up. You may get bass here as well occasionally on the eggs. Not super common because we're using the match blend. They shouldn't be attracted, but they can be attracted to the eggs. Shovel nose will nibble. If you get an instant strike, you know it's going to be a bass. Remember, you can use the Jeep as a fast travel point, although it's not a super far run. You can also restock from the back of it. Window's pretty small, so you really don't need that. Saw something small jump over there. Look like a bronze shovel nose. And you do have 30 seconds after that chum expires. But for the video, I am going to demonstrate what I do. Now, about every 2 to 3 bait balls, make sure you pick this up, reset it. Couple of reasons: they drift and they can bug out and you may not realize it. Sometimes that line will shoot right behind. This time I'll put this one a little closer to shore. And I'm going to put that in hand. So I'm going to drop it all the way down, although it's plenty shallow enough. And put it by the primary bait ball, the first one that I threw out. That will attract most of the fish. And there's a nibble. This will be a small silver shovel nose. There you see it. Weird looking fish. Just keep doing that. I typically get 1 to 2 diamonds per session. You see I'm at 610. Fish till around 9 o'clock. You can go longer if you want, but the primary bite will be between 6 and 9. I have gotten diamonds after 9 o'clock, so you can keep going if you like. I like to go back into that morning server. Just took a minute for this server to get rolling. Typically, you wouldn't go the first set of bait balls. It's a little bigger one. I don't think it's going to be a gold, but it could be. No, just a big silver. Usually a pretty quick bite rate on the in-hand. And you might get 1 or 2 diamonds on the rod holder per session. That's all there is to this spot. Just keep recycling, like I said, with the bait balls. Refresh those every so often. Pick up and reset the rod holders. And keep farming out the silver in hand. Let's move on to the secondary location. At the backup location, you're going to want to start in an evening server. And you can see I'm on this big rock just north of Bannock's Knock. And I grabbed a Jeep, took it over here. It's not far, so you certainly don't need to, but it gives you a quick travel point. And here is the main outpost over here, so we're northeast of that. If you have trouble jumping up on the rock, just keep hopping. You'll eventually get up here. What we're going to do here, I like to use the medium catapult. Put one over that way and one over this way, just minimum cast. Grab the bottom rig rod holder. Watch where you are on the rock. Look in the lower left. It says put rod in holder. If I go too far up, that goes away. So just make sure you're in a position where you can put it in the rod holder. And line it up with the bait ball. And we'll grab our in hand. I'm going to put that all the way down. Not that deep here, but not going to hurt anything. And then we just wait. So the beginning of this is usually quite slow. You may get an oared trout or two. The shovel nose typically aren't going to start until 1900, sometimes a little earlier than that. You can get the occasional gold catfish on one of those size 2 hooks on the rod holders. Not common, but it is possible. Just have to be patient until the shovel nose come out, and then it should be pretty fast cycling on the in hand. Getting those silvers out almost as fast as you can catch them. You just have to wait through this dry period to get there. Doesn't look like we're going to get lucky and get something quick. But that's okay. bait balls, you got about 30 seconds after, but for the video, I am gonna go right ahead and repeat. Make sure that every 2 to 3 bait balls, you pick these up and put them back out. Not only can they bug, but they may drift in the current. So it's a good idea. I wouldn't normally do it on the first one, but just to demonstrate in the video. Just a forward only half cast to line up with the late shot from that medium catapult. Really doesn't matter whether you use max with your hand, a little further cast. It's just I like to line them up like that, make it easy. And of course you could go fish from the bridge if you wanted to. That works too. There's a nibble. Let's see what we get. Silver shovelnose or perhaps an oared trout this early on. No jump, so we might have a shovel. Yep. Little silver shovelnose. That's all there is to this location. Just keep cycling through the in-hand and hope to get a hit on the rod holders. You can certainly get a diamond on the in-hand as well. Stay with the video to watch all the diamonds I caught in the big fish montage. Happy fishing. Have a good one. Please click on the logo bottom left to subscribe to my channel. Check out my other content and don't forget to hit the like button on the video.